Well folks, here we are at the dusk again after a hot day, and I just thought I'd come down and check out how my dam's going. And as you can see, there's not much left of it at all. There's some lovely colours there as the mud's drying out, and that little pool of water is all there's left. I'd go further in, but I had a scare the other day. If you look over there at those sticks, see, and they're usually covered over by water, that tree branches and whatnot. And I went over the other day to pick up some of the sticks. And I thought, oh yeah, there's one. And I just leaned over to get another one, but the darn stick moved. It turned into a black snake, and it was so aggressive, it curled into the letter S and came right at me. I was slipping around with thong type shoes on the mud, and I jumped. I couldn't get out of the way, so I jumped up in the air like a cartoon character. And while I was up there, I thought, this is it, I've got to come down, there's no way I can stay up. The snake was right up next to me as quick as a flash, and in an instant it did a quick left turn and dived into the water. This was all while I was mid-air. It's the closest I've ever been to getting bit by a snake. It wasn't a very big one, it's about 2 foot, or 2'6", but it was aggressive as heck. And this is what you got to watch down here, because it's so full of the little frogs that they like to eat. They get so aggressive, they think you're after their food, and they go for you. And at the moment, they must be loving it. A little pool of water there, all the fish and crustaceans and yabbies and little frogs are just in there, so they've got a really, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, I suppose, for them, but they're so darn aggressive. So we've had a heck of a dry spell here, 40 degrees, and as you see there's a little bit of greenery about, but that's the Australian eucalypt tree. We haven't had proper rain for so long. Hopefully we'll get it in the rainy season, which is only next month. Christmas time is the height of summer, and it's also the height of the rainfall period. We get really good thunderstorms, and this dam will be overflowing. It'll come right in and overflow it and go out there. It's so strong at times that all the debris that goes through it pushes the fence down at the other side. It's actually flattened the fence. So when it rains, man, it pours. Just like California, I suppose, eh? Yeah. So there's my poor, miserable dam. It's got some lovely colours in it now for art. You know, it's a lovely palette, isn't it? And now, if I had some money, I could get a bulldozer in there and make it about 3 metres deeper, way over my head. Because at its deepest point in full flood, it's only about a metre and a half, that's all. But if I dug a great big hole, it would hold water a lot longer. Poor old horse drinks out of that, but I've started giving it fresh water up near the house now, because it's just not enough for it. So there's just a little bit of a sample of late spring in Australia and southeast Queensland. We used to be subtropical, now we're semi-arid. Must be the global warming or something. If it doesn't change soon, there'll be a lot of people leave this part of older people leave this part of the country and go to Tasmania, because they just can't hack this heat. There you are, it's a little sample.